It starts with a simple mistake, a moment of weakness. You're walking home, minding your business, and there it is. A wallet. Fat with cash. No one's around. The city's hum is the only witness. What do? The little voice in your head, the one that's been quiet all day, whispers a familiar phrase. Finders keepers. So you take it. You tell yourself it's just luck, a cosmic reward for all the times life has kicked you down. You go to sleep that night feeling a little richer, a little guiltier, but mostly, you just feel lucky. The next morning, that feeling evaporates. A note slipped under your door. Crisp white paper. The handwriting is elegant, precise. It says, "Keep it. You'll need it." A chill runs down your spine. Who could know? You check the peephole. Nothing. Just an empty hallway. You try to laugh it off. A prank? A coincidence? But the feeling of being watched begins to settle in, a cold weight in the pit of your stomach. You push it down and go about your day, the stolen cash a heavy secret in your pocket. Then, the gifts begin. A gourmet food delivery arrives at your door, your favorite cuisine, a dish you haven't had in years. How? You didn't order it. The next day, a significant sum of money appears in your bank account. The transaction reference? From the giver. Panic starts to bubble up. This isn't a prank. This is something else. A new jacket is delivered, perfectly in your size, the kind you'd only window shopped for. Every gift is a reminder. Every anonymous act of kindness feels like a threat. The giver seems to know everything about you, your tastes, your needs, your deepest desires. It's as if someone has peeled back the layers of your life and is examining the person underneath. You start looking over your shoulder on the street, scrutinizing friendly faces, suspecting everyone. Sleep becomes a luxury you can no longer afford. Every creak of the floorboards, every shadow in the corner of your eye, sends a jolt of fear through you. Who is the giver? And more importantly, what do they want? The generosity feels like a cage, slowly closing in. One evening, an embossed invitation arrives. Heavy cardstock, gold lettering. It's an invitation to a dinner party at a sprawling, secluded mansion. No sender name, just an address and a time. You know you shouldn't go. Every instinct screams it's a trap, but you have to know, the mystery is suffocating you. You have to face the person behind the curtain. So, you put on the gifted jacket, get in a taxi, and head toward the unknown, feeling like a lamb being led to a very elegant slaughter. The mansion is opulent, bathed in a cold, golden light. The other guests are all smiles, their eyes holding a strange familiarity. They greet you by name, asking about your day, your job, your life, with an unnerving kindness. It feels rehearsed, staged. Everyone is too polite, their smiles too wide. You're the guest of honor, but you feel like an exhibit. You try to make small talk, but the air is thick with unspoken words, heavy with suspense. A man with calm, knowing eyes watches you from across the room. Dinner is served. The conversation is light, but the tension is a physical presence at the table. Then, just as dessert is cleared, the lights dim. A large screen at the end of the room flickers to life. Your heart hammers against your ribs. You see a familiar street corner. You see yourself. You watch, frozen, as your on-screen self spots the wallet, looks around, and pockets it. The room is dead silent. The friendly smiles have vanished, replaced by cold, judgmental stares. The warmth of the room has turned to ice. The calm man from across the room steps out of the shadows. He's holding a wallet, the same wallet. His voice is quiet, but it cuts through the silence like a razor. "You didn't just steal from me," he says, his eyes locked on yours. "You stole your own chance to be decent." He slowly opens the wallet and pulls out a small photograph. He holds it up for you to see. It's your photo. Your stomach plummets. "You were chosen," he continues, his voice devoid of emotion. "We wanted to see who you really are." What happens now?" you stammer, your voice barely a whisper. The man, the host, offers a serene, chilling smile. Now, you start paying back. The screens around the room light up one by one. They display faces, names, other people just like you, their eyes filled with the same dawning horror. "You can keep the money," the host says, his voice a soft promise of damnation. "But not your peace." Just then, your phone buzzes. A single final message. "Welcome to the circle." You stand alone as the guests file out, leaving you in the dimly lit hall. The screens surround you, a gallery of guilty faces, their silent judgment a prison. The money in your pocket feels like lead. The feast you just ate turns to ash in your mouth. You realize the truth. This isn't a punishment that ends. It's a life sentence. A constant reminder of the person you chose to be in that one single moment. You are not just a thief. You are now a member of a club you can never leave, forever haunted by the faces of those just like you and by the person you see in the mirror. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that makes you think. Until next time, stay curious.